Hi, this is David. I know some of you the other day that was reading my mortuary invitation probably thought I was being paranoid, that I wasn't on my meds that day, that I got an unsolicited advertisement to invite me to the mortuary. Well, I'm still kicking. I'm still moving. When I stop doing that, then my wife can, throw me over the balcony. I don't care. Let the birds eat me. I don't really care. Just please don't dress me in the clown costume of the temple. Please don't do that. If the Mormons really wanted to humiliate me beyond humiliation, when I die, they would have a funeral. No one would attend, but they'd have a funeral at the Mormon church, and they would dress me in the baker's hat and the robes of the priesthood and all of the paraphernalia and the white slippers, and I would look like a fool. And then when they came by, they could spit on me, and that's the way I'd have to go. And then when I'm gone, my ex-wives will come by on the tombstone and pee on the tombstone. Jeez. Anyway, you thought I was exaggerating. I've never gotten a invitation from a mortuary. Now, a couple of you said, well, it looks like a mass mailing. Well, maybe they told that to the people down at Mountain Meadows, that it was a mass surrender. Then it was a mass occur. So, anyway, I was just a little nervous. I thought it was funny because I don't give a shit. If they find me, they find me. If someone really wants to find you in modern America, they can find you. Good Lord. You know, if you live, you breathe, you go to the bathroom, you live in a house, drive a car, they're going to find you. So I'm not too afraid of them finding me. But anyway, some of you were shaking your head going, well, he's a little paranoid. I don't think they're trying to threaten his life. And I told you, one day they followed me. I don't know what. I was going over to Home Depot, man, and this car got behind me. I turned into the alley, I went out in the parking lot, I went round and round and round the park, and went round and round and round the park. I thought, gee, I'm being followed. But anyway, I don't think they were looking for my autograph. So, now, those of you who doubted me, who thought he's off his meds, let me tell you what I read today. And you look it up. I'm not gonna do that shit. If you don't believe me, go look it up on the internet. The FLDS. Now, this is the fundamentalist LDS. This is the groups that break off from the main Mormon church. Well, the Mormon church says they have nothing to do with them. That's not true. The Mormon church started polygamy in Utah, and these people are families and relatives and genealogy from the original Mormon church. So the Mormons try to disavow it so Romney can become a president. If you have any common sense, you know that the FLDS is only an offshoot of the Mormon church. Well, a long story short, there was this guy who left the FLDS, and I guess, like me, he was speaking out against it. Well, he was building a house, and he went out in the backyard, and he found a pipe, a concrete pipe, that somebody had put a live cat in and then covered it up so the cat couldn't get out. I guess all you could do is get a little peek at it and hearing the meow sounds. And that was a death threat from the FLDS that he better shut up and he better not talk anymore. Well, the fire department came, of course, and they broke the cat out of there, and the poor thing was, near death. And there was I think there might have been a second one too. You have to look it up on the internet. I can't always remember everything I read. But anyway, there it is. When you mix in the history of the Mormon church and you mix in shit like this, people following me in a car, people sending me, invitations to their mortuary, this is the Mormon mob. They know how to do it, and if you're a fearful person, this works. I'm not very fearful. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm an atheist. If they kill me, I'm happy. If they torture me, I don't feel pain much anymore. Waterboard me, I think I'm swimming. So, God, I'm at an age where, I can do damage, I guess, to them by just simply telling the truth, but they really can't take my income away. They can't evict me. I've put myself in a pretty secure position. Now, no position is totally secure. You're always going to have some rat fink. We used to call it different in the 60s. Rat F. That gets crazy. And he goes, God has appeared to me, and I want all the 14-year-olds, and I want your money. So there's always freaks in the Mormon church. It's a net that catches a lot of freaks. And they're saying, we're going to save the church. That David guy is doing damage to the real true church. And he's an apostate, and he knew when he went to the temple that we told him we'd slit his throat or cut his guts out, and that's what we're going to do. There's always, bizarre people like that. I don't scare. I just don't scare. And if people want to shoot me or kill me, I just pray that they don't shoot my penis first. Just shoot me in the head. That would be a nice thing. You'd probably miss my penis anywhere. My head's bigger now. So, anyway, the FLDS have sent the kiss of death, the black rose from the mob, to this guy who has left them, and I guess is also telling the truth about the Mormon blunders and the Mormon circus. So those of you that thought I was exaggerating, go look it up on the internet. The FLDS burying a cat in concrete pipe. Now I do remember there was a second picture. They had a picture of a cat that was covered and frozen in concrete up to its neck. And I'm sure that that's an indication of the mob tying a large piece of concrete to you and throwing you in the river. So this is not shit, folks. These people can be dangerous. Now, I think it's terrible to do that to a cat. I don't believe in animal cruelty. I was never a boy that pulled the legs off of spiders and shit like that. It's certainly a crime in Utah. It's a felony in Utah to do something like that. I don't know if this was in Texas or where it was. But anyway, when you bury a cat up to its neck and let the concrete freeze and then send it to a guy, there's a pretty clear message there. You're screwed. And you better watch out, and you better look over your shoulder, and you better be shaking, because the Lord's people are after you. Well, I'm sorry. They're not the Lord's people. I don't give a rat's ass if they are after me. I'm only telling the truth. And the truth shall set you free. And if it sets me free from this life, that's going to be a good thing. So anyway, those that think I exaggerate and I'm under the threat of death, I've not got a dead cat yet. But I'm looking.